guys, I'm Multi-Villain and welcome back to our bid to find baseball's greatest team. A very interesting game today. It is the 1997 Florida Marlins, as they were at the time, up against the curse breakers, the 2016 Chicago Cubs. Now, their regular seasons, the Marlins went 92-70, the Cubs 103-58. So you'd maybe give the Cubs on that a slight edge. Now, it's a one-off game. It's going to be modern era settings and World Series rosters with no injuries and 25-man rosters as well. So let's go and have a look at those rosters. And here they are here. So if you want to have a bit of a longer look, of course, you can give it a pause and zoom in. Now, both these teams came through an inter-franchise playoff. I'll leave the link for those in the description if you haven't seen it, so you know how these teams got here to represent their franchises. But we're going to go on now and have a look at the starting lineups. And here they are here. So leading off the Marlins, it is Edgar Renteria at shortstop. Craig Counsell bats second at second. Moises Alou in left field bats third. Gary Sheffield cleans up at right field. Bobby Bonilla at third base bats 5. Darren Daulton at first base bats 6. Devin White in center field bats 7. Charles Johnson even, the catcher, is batting 8. And Kevin Brown, who I think we saw was at last episode. It's been a while since I recorded an episode of this, but I'm sure he was at the Padres. Definitely recognize the name and that star rating. Up against the Cubs, who are led off by Jason Hayward at try that again in center field even. Javier Baez at shortstop bats second. Chris Bryant at third base bats third. Anthony Rizzo will clean up at first base. Willie Contreras, he will catch at 5. Carl Schwarber at left field bats 6. Then Jorge Soler in right field bats 7. Addison Russell at second base bats 8. And Kyle Hendricks will be on the mound for the Cubbies. Alright, so let's get this underway. Apologize for being the dickhead that wears his own merchandise. I just did a bunch of green screen stuff and I thought I'll record this while I have everything out, and so I just didn't get changed. So yeah, apologies for that. But there we go. So we start with a walk. Excellent work. Alright, it is Craig Counsell now with a runner at first. Now, Renteria is pretty quick if I remember correctly. And that is one away with a strikeout. Moises Alou will step in now. An 0-1 pitch on him. There goes the runner. And he gets there, does he? Yes, he does. And so Alou now with 1 out, a chance to drive in a run. He strikes out, so that is going to be 2 down. And it'll bring in Gary Sheffield. I had no idea Gary Sheffield played for the Marlins, as he has probably opened the scoring there with 2 out. He would have been going on the crack of the bat, and Renteria will score on the Gary Sheffield RBI single, and it is 1-0 to the Florida Marlins. In now will come Bobby Bonilla. And another attempt at stolen base. Sheffield gets there as well. I tell you, I'm getting nightmares being back at Wrigley. If you are new to the channel, there's a strikeout to end the first. Last Out of the Park Baseball, so Out of the Park Baseball 24, we did a playthrough with the Cubs. And honestly, it broke me. It broke me as a man. I honestly couldn't even watch baseball at all, like, for months. So it's actually, they're responsible for this series because I just couldn't bring myself to actually go through another playthrough. That's how broken I was. But anyway, they're 2 out here as they pop that one up. And it'll bring up Chris Bryant. First pitch swing from him. And Bryant up the middle. That should drop in. Yes, it does. It's sort of really low angle, isn't it? It's difficult to judge those fly balls if they're going to drop in or be caught. Rizzo now with 1 on, 2 out. A 1-0 pitch. And Rizzo sends one straight up. And it's going to be caught by the catcher, is it? Or the third baseman. The third baseman will make the play. And so it is 1-0 to the Marlins going into the second, where Daulton will lead things off. It's a 3-1 pitch. And it is a second walk. Now, last time that cost them a run. Devin White will come up now. It's a 1-0 pitch on him. Devin White into left field. That is going to be caught. And that'll be 1 away. It'll bring up Charles Johnson. An 0-2. Johnson, is that going to... Oh, it's a leaping catch by Russell at second. And a very, very good catch as well. So Kevin Brown with 2 out, runner at first. Pitcher versus pitcher. It'll be a ground ball. And that's easy for the second baseman considering what he just did. So that'll do it for the top of the second. It's still 1-0. And Willie Contreras now will lead things off. A full count for him. And Big Willie C has drawn a walk. 1 on, 9 out for Schwarber. A full count. Schwarber hits it into right field, but he is caught for 1 away. It'll bring up Jorge Soler. A 1-2 pitch on him. He strikes out. That was surely low. Yeah, sinker in the dirt. Where's the pitch track? It was almost there. Russell, good defensive play last inning. Can he do anything? He gets hit. He did not like getting thrown out at first, did he, old Brown on the mound there? It is Hendricks. What can the pitcher do? Can he save himself from a loss here? And the answer to that is no, as the third baseman casually makes the play to end the second. So it is 1-0 going into the third. Renteria will lead things off. Walked last time up. This time hit into center field. It looks like it's covered. And that'll be one away as Haywood out there makes the catch. It'll come Craig Counsell, who's 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Counsell with a ground ball. And that'll be 2 away. And it'll bring up Moises Alou, who is 0 for 1. It's a full count. And Alou watches it and will jog on back, as that'll do it for the top of the third. In comes Haywood to lead things off again. He is 0 for 1 today. It's an 0-1 pitch. And he looks to lay down a bunt. It's a pretty good one. And in fact, it's going to get him there. So, bunts himself aboard. Can Baez drive him around? He's 0 for 1 is Baez. It's a 1-1 pitch. Baez has popped it up. And Runner will have to go back to first on that one. So that'll be 1 away. And it'll bring up Chris Bryant, who is 1 for 1. A 1-1 pitch. Bryant, there goes the runner. He is not even close. And that'll be 2 away. So all on his own now, Bryant. It's a 2-2 pitch with 2 out. And he strikes out to end the third. So it is still 1-0 to the Marlins. So I'm just thinking in my head here, which is always dangerous. So this is the 97 Marlins, and I'm pretty sure last episode was the 98 Padres. So it would make sense after this season, Brown, probably a free agent, went to the Padres. Is that answers in the comments, I guess? That gets through. And look, for all money, like second base had that covered, but Bobby Bonilla is at first base, and Dalton now, who is walked last time up, is at the plate, and he has hit that into left field. It is going to be caught just near foul line there. So that is was it at Wrigley where that fan famously interfered? Was that down there? It's a loose pitch, so the runner will go to second. But that was down here, I think, wasn't it? I think it was at Wrigley. A 3-0. Make that a 4-0 and 2 on, 2 out. And Johnson is the new man at the plate. He is 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch. Johnson strikes out, and that'll do it for the top of the fourth. It is still a 1-run game. And it'll be Rizzo to lead things off. He's 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. Rizzo, it's up the middle, pitcher killer. And it'll be a leadoff single. Now, I don't think Rizzo's particularly quick, is he? If I remember correctly, no. So, Contreras now will need to do this with the bat. He walked last time up. This time, first pitch, has a swing, pops it up. And that'll be 1 away. And it brings up Schwarber, who is 0 for 1. A 3-1 pitch. And he draws a walk. So, 2 on, 1 out. And it is Jorge Soler with a chance to at least tie the game here. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Soler has hit it well. It's not well enough, though. It's going to be caught. Will we get runners at the corners after that? It looks like we will. As Rizzo goes to third. And it is pinch hit time, is it? Yes, Dexter Flower comes in. Not sure who's gone out there. It's a 1-2 pitch, though. And Dexter Flower, he's hit it well into left field, but it's lined straight into the glove of Alou. And we will go to the fifth. It's still a 1-0 game. So they've taken out Addison. Was it whoever the second baseman was has changed, I think. So Hendricks continues to Brown. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that is 1 away. In comes Renteria, who has had a walk and an out. 1-0, and Renteria has a hit now as he drops that in front of the right fielder. So a 1-out single for Edgar Renteria, bringing Craig Counsell to the plate, who is 0 for 2. A 1-1. Counsell drops down a bunt. Is it a good one? Yes, it is. Runner goes to second, but 2 away. Let's see what they've got for Alou. Can he drive in a second run? It's an 0-2 pitch. First one. That's an 0-2 pitch, wasn't it? It was the first pitch. He sends it into deep left field, but he's caught out there to end the fifth. He was 0 for 2. It was a first pitch swing, just to clear that up. So Alberto Amora Jr. will be the new, who will be pinch hitting. So that'll do it for Hendricks. And what's Amora got for us? not a great deal as he grounds it out to the third baseman for 1 away. In comes Jason Hayward now. He is 1 for 2. Bunted himself aboard, of course, last time. A 1-2 pitch this time. And he has lined it straight back to the pitcher. So that'll be 2 away. And it brings Javier Baez to the plate. Cubs legend. No, he was a Detroit legend on this channel, wasn't he? As he strikes out. And that will do it for that. So we go to the top of the 6th. Gary Sheffield will face Pedro Strop. Sheffield, of course, 1 for 2 with the only RBI of the game so far. A full count. And Sheffield into center field. Oh, a good catch out there by Hayward. 1 away. In will come Bonilla now. Now, he got a hit, didn't he? So he's 1 for 2 today as well. A 1-1. And that is going to be a ground out to the first baseman. So 2 away. No one on. And Dalton, who is 0 for... No, he's 0 for 1. It's a full count. Dalton lines it over the shortstop, and that is a 4th hit of the game for the Marlins. A 2-out single. And in will come Devin White, who is 0 for 1. An 0-2 pitch. And that is into center field. Hayward's going back. Hayward is there. And that'll do it for the top of the 6th. It is still a 1-run game to the 1997 Marlins. Chris Bryant, who is 1 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch. Bryant has grounded it past the shortstop. So a leadoff single for the Cubs. Is this their chance? Is Bryant a good base runner? He's decent. Rizzo, who's 1 for 2. An 0-1 pitch. Rizzo into center field, but that's going to be caught. 1 away. Runner will stay at first. And it brings Contreras up, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. It's a first pitch swing. What can Big Willie C do? He has popped it straight up. It's going to come down with snow on it, that one. And eventually the shortstop catches it. That'll be 2 away. And it brings Kyle Schwarber up, who is 0 for 1. First pitch. Schwarber into left field, but again, not deep enough. And that'll do it for the 6th. It is still 1-0. There's been not much happening at all since the first inning. And Hector Rondon will be the new man on the mound to face Charles Johnson, the Marlins catcher. It is an 0-1 pitch. And it is a ground ball to the shortstop. Easy as you like. 1 away. In comes Kevin Brown. So they're not pinch hitting. He will continue, which is probably bad news for the Cubs. It's an 0-2 pitch. And I tell you what, he's hit that pretty well. It's not going to leave. Center field is there. And it's 2 away. But just a moment of heart attack, I'm sure, there for the Cubs. Renteria with 2 out, none on. An 0-1 pitch. And he has grounded it past the second baseman. So that's the 2nd hit of the game for Renteria on a day where nobody's hitting. In comes Craig Counsell now, who's 0 for 2. First pitch. There goes Renteria. And he is going to be safe at second. So Counsell with a chance to extend the lead. It's a 1-0 pitch. Counsell grounds it to the second baseman. And that will do it. It's stretching time. It is 1-0 to the 1997 Florida Marlins. Alright, welcome back. Brown to continue to Sola, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. And it is a strikeout for 1 away. Now, how's Brown looking stamina-wise? He's still got a bit in the tank, doesn't he? It is Coughlin. It's his first trip to the plate. He strikes out, so that is going to be 2 away. And Ben Zobrist will pinch hit now. A 2-0 pitch. 2 out, no one on. And Zobrist has popped it up, and that'll do it. We will go into the 8th. And the 1997 Florida Marlins giving nothing away so far. Carl Edwards Jr. to the mound. Moises Alou to the plate. He is 0 for 3. And it is a 3-1 pitch. And that will be 1 runner on with the leadoff walk. It is Gary Sheffield who is 1 for 3. A 1-2 pitch. Sheffield slices it into right field. It drops in. So with none out, there is going to be runners at first and second. It is Bobby Bonilla who is 1 for 3. It's a full count. Are they going to load the bases? No, it could be a double play. There's 1. And, oh, they do get 2. So the Cubs almost out of jail, but they do have a runner at third with 2 away. If Dalton puts the ball in play, if he gets himself a hit, it'll be 2-0. And he has... Oh, I don't think he has. No. Good catch by Hayward. And that'll do it for the top of the 8th. It is still 1-0. Haywood will now bat. Brown will continue. It's a 1-2 pitch. Haywood has hit it well into right field. It is over right field, and that could be, well, it's certainly a triple, isn't it? No, he's just going to stand at second, but the tying run is on second base with a leadoff double. It is Baez now who's 0 for 3. It's a first pitch swing. Baez. Oh, it's going to be out. It's not going to advance the runner either. Can the curse breakers do this? It is Kyle. No, it's not. It's Chris Bryant. He is 2 for 3. It's a full count. Oh, he walks. And it's Rizzo now. 1 for 3. Can Anthony Rizzo be a hero? It's 0 for 2. No, 2 pitch, I mean. And he's watched it. Oh, is it going to come down to the 9th? It is. Oh, it is. But Contreras now. Another 2-2 pitch. Come on, Big Willie. Hit the swing. Swing. It's popped it up. There's just been nothing at all for the Cubs, has there? Brown has pitched a blinder, and we will go to the 9th. It is still 1-0. And that's the same score we had back in the first. It is Chapman coming onto the mound to face Devin White, who is 0 for 2. It is a 2-2 pitch. And it is a strikeout, 1 away. In comes Johnson now, 0 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. And it's a strikeout, so 2 away. And it'll be a pinch hitting Jeff Conine. A 1-2 pitch on him. And it's a ground ball. It'll be fielded. It'll be out at first. And it goes to the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs need at least 1. That'll send us to extra innings. 2 will win it. And Kyle Schwarber will face Rob Nen. Now, if you're Brown and you don't get the win from here, you would be slightly annoyed, wouldn't you? He's had 8 scoreless innings. And we've got a 2-2 pitch. Schwarber strikes out. That is 1 away. In comes Sola now. He is 0 for 3. It's a full count. Oh, it's low. And it is probably inside as well. And it is a 1-out walk. Tying run aboard. Go ahead run at the plate. It's Chris Coughlin, who is 0 for 1. It's an 0-2 pitch. Oh, he was nowhere near it. So it comes down to this. It's the final out. It's Miguel Montero pinch hitting. What is going to happen? Are the Cubs going home? He has got it into right field, and they're not going home yet if that's what's going to happen. Tying run at scoring position, and it is Haywood to the plate. He is 2 for 4. It's an 0-1 pitch. Haywood, oh, he's popped it up. That's going to be that. The Cubs are out. The Marlins will go through to the next round. So it is the Marlins that will progress to go through and face the Nationals. It's a shame because we could have had Brown pitching against Brown if the Padres had won that one. But anyway, we can see the National League side of the draw is starting to take shape now, isn't it? So we're almost done this first knockout round. So next up, it is the 1914 Braves up against the 2001 Diamondbacks. Hopefully you're looking forward to that. I certainly am. And I will see you for the next one. Take care.